Hi witches! So I know I am in a new place today. I picked up these super cool antique chairs yesterday, and I wanted to like kind of maybe start setting up a new filming area. Obviously the wall behind me is kind of blank, but I want to make it like really cool. So this is the first part of it, and I just love it because like it just is my vibe. Anyways, today we are going to be doing a super ultra fun craft slash spell that I really like to do. I actually did this like when I wasn't practicing witchcraft, and then I learned how to infuse it with magic and everything became wonderful. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. So this is not a very difficult concept. This is a very like cool and fun concept. But today we are going to be making a sacred scrub. As a teenager, I made a lot of like my own sugar scrubs at home because I just really liked it, and it felt cool because it felt like I was like mixing things up. And then as I grew in my practice, I kind of started learning a bit more about like how I could incorporate green witchery and herbalism into my regular just like things I like to do. So this kind of became a staple in my self-care routine. It's something that I have definitely like held on to, but I also at the same time haven't done like a true good sugar scrub since like pandemic times. So this is the first one that I'm doing. Yeah, so basically what I like to do, first of all, I just want to say like this is like totally optional, but I have this amazing spoon with a pentacle on it that I really love to use. I use it to infuse my coffee, but I am using it for these purposes, so that way I can stir in intention. So I have seen, and this is something that I also kind of want to do, total side note, so sorry, I want to like learn how to do wood burning so I can make like wooden spoons with like pentacles burned into them because I think that's so cool. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about. What we are going to be using today for this sugar scrub thing, if I knock things over first, you'll need a jar and some sort of sugar. I like to use brown sugar, but you could also use white sugar if you wanted to. And that's just like a personal textural thing. The next thing we're adding is some pink salt. And I don't actually know where I got this. This kind of just appeared in my house, so cool. But I'm going to use some pink salt and put that in here as well. Now, pink Himalayan salt specifically is very much tied to self-love. Like that is one of its properties as a mineral. But so that's why it's kind of like cool and good to have in your house. I actually have a salt light that I could put here. Anyways, and also the color pink has to do with self-love, love in general, kind of not that, but it's more that non-romantic love, if that makes sense. So I think I talked about that earlier this year in February, but I could be wrong. Anyways, I'm adding salt to this. I have my salt. This kind of looks like a parfait. Okay, so then what I'm going to add some dry herbs. I'm adding specifically to this one lavender and rose. So I am just adding like a couple, I don't know. I'm always, and this extends to cooking too and baking. I'm of the opinion that you should add like as much as you want or like whatever you feel is necessary. So like if you are more into like the scent of lavender versus rose, like do whatever you want, do what feels right. So I know that makes it like really chaotic when I'm giving people instructions, and I'm sorry, but it really is up to personal preference. As I spill this on my new chair. Then I am just going to kind of stir it up with intention, and then we will add our final ingredient, which is oil. So I know I kind of like listed these things out of order and very chaotically, as is just my energy right now. I do apologize. But I have everything listed in the comments down below, including step-by-step instructions, because I realize I am very non-linear when giving instructions. I'm just like, yeah, do the thing. Why wouldn't you just do the thing like exactly how I intended you to, if I didn't explain it? Anyways, so I filled up my jar. It's relatively mixed. And then I'm going to use, I'm using olive oil. I really like the way olive oil smells and the way it feels on my skin. It just makes everything kind of like nice and smooth. You can use any sort of oil that you want. A lot of people use coconut oil, which is kind of scentless, and I also really like coconut oil. So for this one, I'm using olive oil. This is really also special to me. It's from Florence, Italy, which is like my favorite place in the entire world. And I talk about it nonstop, and it's incredibly annoying to pretty much everybody around me, but it makes me happy, so I'm adding that to my self-love thing. And you just need enough that it kind of starts to soak into the sugar and stuff, because that is what makes it into kind of a hard scrub. So it will definitely, you'll lose a little bit of volume and spill it all over yourself. But it should kind of feel like sand, like that is the texture that you're going for. So now that I've shown you the physical kind of like mechanics of how this works and how to make a sugar scrub, which is, you know, pretty simple, one of the things that you can do with this is add this element, or this like poultice, so to speak, to a greater ritual or greater spell. So you could have this as an avenue, but like a physical thing that you make like intentionally, but there are other metaphysical things that you can do to kind of give it more of an oomph, or maybe like incorporate some other elements of witchcraft to make this really, really special. The first thing that I would recommend is making this a day before you use it, and either charging it in the full moon or adding crystals in or around it, especially like, I don't know, like amethyst or rose quartz or something like that, just to really charge it with the energy and for the crystals to lend their energy to what you've made. Another thing you can do is use this in tandem with some candle magic, maybe using pink or light blue for like healing, pink for self-love, or white for any of the intentions that you choose to set. Maybe like arranging those candles in a triangle around this prior to you using it, letting them burn down, and just whispering positive affirmations like self-love mantras, stuff like that, you know, like saying like you're worthy, which you guys all are, so don't forget that. But there are a lot of ways that you can use kind of mundane things like this to make a more magical experience for yourself. So I do encourage you guys to think about like creative ways you can use something like this, what herbs you would like to put in, other things that you can add for yourself that are like really specifically like match up with what you're working on spiritually or for yourself. So yes, I think I've over explained that the proper degree for my channel, as I am wont to do. So I will leave you with that. I would love to see what combinations you guys create, because there are tons of them out there. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.